Is there such a thing as a must-win game in Week 4? When you're 0-3 there is. The Las Vegas Raiders were desperate for that win against the Denver Broncos. It was a huge win. It's obviously huge to get win number 1, but all the more huge to pick up a game on a team that was tied for first in the AFC West. As usual, it was a close game, but this time the Raiders put it away late. That's good for their confidence in close games and for head coach Josh McDaniels to sell what he's selling to the team. But it's not time for celebration. The win was more of a relief than anything, but I can't help but get excited about McDaniels getting the Raiders to do what they need to do on offense to win the game. It was a little late, but he did it. For a while there, all it seemed like McDaniels was trying to do was devalue running back Josh Jacobs. He didn't pick up his 5th-year option, brought in 50 other running backs, wasn't giving them the ball, and the Raiders were paying for it. I was screaming for the Raiders to give Jacobs the ball. It seemed like every other video was about giving Jacobs the ball. And no, I'm not trying to say I'm a genius for it. Ray Charles could see that the Raiders need to give Jacobs the ball more. McDaniels is the only one that stopped Jacobs so far this year. Then finally McDaniels called Jacobs number 1 and he came through. He had 143 yards on 28 carries and 116 of them were after contact. 4.1 of his 5.1 yards per carry on the day were after contact. Oh, and I can't forget that he had 2 touchdowns. He also had 31 yards receiving. The best way to take doubles off of Adams and Waller is to run Jacobs so they put 8 in the box. Football is simple. McDaniels needs to stop trying to prove he's a genius. We all got excited and thought the Raiders were doing something when they traded for superstar receiver Davante Adams. In their opening loss to the Los Angeles Chargers, Adams was a bright spot with 10 catches for 140 yards and a touchdown. But quarterback Derek Carr threw 3 interceptions and somehow the perception was he was forcing the ball to Adams too much. That couldn't be further from the truth. Adams was getting open. On the 1 interception he threw while targeting Adams, Carr underthrew what would have been a long touchdown pass. Then the next couple of games, Adams wasn't targeted enough. All that they took him away crap is just that, crap. Adams has had extra attention most of his career. When you get a player like him, you find a way to get him the ball. You can't tell me McDaniels can't scheme him open. In Week 4 with the season on the line, McDaniels knew what he had to do and did it. He had Carr target Adams more and it paid off. Adams ended up with 101 yards receiving on 9 catches. Get the ball to your best player. I have to bring Carr into this because he's the ultimate decider of where the football goes. Thank goodness he looked for his college teammate and roommate. Carr didn't have the biggest day throwing the ball, but he did have success throwing to Adams. He also showed pocket presence and a willingness to use his legs that he hasn't shown this season up to that point. Carr ran for 5 first downs as a part of his 40 yards rushing in the game. The Raiders definitely need to see that from Carr for the rest of the season, and there's no reason why he can't keep that up. It's about time McDaniels shows Jacobs some love. He and Adams need to keep getting the ball and everyone else can fall in line. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.